takes pleasure in this type of behavior, right? An administration who day after day is violating court orders and is laughing at our judicial system and continues to act in an unlawful manner. But what do we see today again? And what do we see in our immigrant community day after day is doing everything they can to abide by the law, abide by the rules, and comply with whatever ridiculous thing they're presented, right? Kilmar, again, did not abscond. Kilmar did not violate any orders, did not violate any regulations. He is here again, standing proudly in front of us and showing us that he is again looking the government in the face and doing everything possible to fight for his rights. So thank you so much for being here with us. We'd love for you to stay with us for a little bit longer and see what the results of this check-in is. We do plan to have the legal team report back the results of what occurred in this building, and hope that you can stay with us and learn what is next for Kilmar. So, but in the meantime, I'd like to introduce our director here in Central Maryland, Crisali de los Santos, and we have a couple of other speakers we'd like to introduce to you.
Thank you so much. Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
When immigrants are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Good morning. Like George mentioned, my name is Crisali de los Santos, and I'm the Baltimore and Central Maryland Director. Extremely proud to be here with each and one of you today, standing in community, because this is what we do when one of us is under attack. If one member of our community is under attack, we are all under attack, and this is something that we've seen with Kilmar case and with the brutality that this regime has put into our community, especially all of our communities of color. We are here today because of the injustices, but we are also here today to bear witness and to make sure that there is transparency in the process and that Kilmar is able to make it home one more time to his family and children. With that, I want to pass it to a pastor and a council member who's doing great work here in Baltimore City, not just fighting for Baltimore City residents, but for every immigrant and working class family out there. Please help me welcome Mark Parker.
Thank you, Crisali. Here we are again. Here we are again asking for justice. Here we are again pointing out the evil, unlawful, and immoral actions of this regime. Here we are again praying for Kilmar, hearing his words, hearing his hopes, hearing his cries for justice, hearing his appreciation for the solidarity of our community. Here we are again. In Luke chapter 18, Jesus told a story about a persistent widow, about a woman who came before a judge day after day after day demanding justice, day after day after day demanding justice to a judge, to a person who Jesus said had no respect for God and no respect for people. Here we are again, raising our voices alongside Kilmar's. His voice is not alone. He is surrounded by his family, by his community of faith, by a community of people, by lawyers. He is not alone in his cries for justice. Our voices rise together with his, and our persistence, in spite of an administration, in spite of a president who have no respect for God, who have no respect for human beings, who have no respect for the law, who have no respect for the dignity of people, who have no respect for the very nature of our community and the bonds of mutuality that hold us together, who has no respect for any of those things, and yet justice will be achieved through our persistence, through our cries, not for any sense of shame on his part, not for any sense of shame or responsibility on the part of this administration, but because we refuse anything less than the justice that is due to our neighbor Kilmar and to all of our neighbors who are experiencing the same kinds of things that he has been, those who pass through this building, those who walk through the streets of this city, who are taken from their families and whose names are not in the newspaper, whose names are not on the television cameras, but who are suffering all the same. We cry alongside them and we cry out with them for justice, with persistence, because nothing else will do. Jesus goes on to say, will not God grant justice and quickly? Nothing about this has been quick. Here we are again, but we cry out all the same, knowing that our voices will be heard here in this city, in this country, and on high. Thank you for being here. Thanks to colleagues. Thanks to my colleague, Councilperson Ramos. Thanks to Congressman Ivey. Thanks to our partners from CASA. Thanks to our faith leaders of many backgrounds and traditions. All of those who are in this work together, who know that justice is achieved through our persistence, through our public witness, through our telling of the truth, and through our prayers. Thank you all.
Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
All right, everyone. Now I want to welcome someone, a true leader in our community, someone who doesn't just show up, but make sure that there's light shed in those in our community who are being tried to be silenced in this moment, not just in our city, but for all immigrant and working class families. Councilwoman Odette Ramos.
Good morning. Buenos dias. Good morning. It is upsetting that we have to again be here today. But we're here to cheer on Kilmar and his family. But remember that Kilmar is not the only one. We are seeing parents snatched from their children. We are seeing heroes in our schools having to work with the families to make sure that the young people and their families are okay after their parents are snatched. The impact of what's happening here, not just with Kilmar, but so many others, is shameful. 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 And we're here because we will not tolerate it. We will be fighting. We will continue to fight. We will tell what's his name in the White House. This is unacceptable. We will make sure that knowing that the fight that we've had and that Kilmar and his family have had is not in vain. And it is so important that we continue to fight. I'm so grateful not only for the people here freezing because it is cold, but also for residents across the city who continue to ask, how can I help? What can I do? This is shameful. What can we do? And we have answers. You can be trained to be a bystander if you see something happening with ICE. You can be trained on helping to be court watchers. You can be trained on making sure that everybody knows their rights and can work with us and door knock and get the word out. There are ways to be involved to make sure that this isn't happening with our residents and that we are bearing witness to the injustice and making sure that people know about it. So I am grateful to everybody for being here today. I'm grateful to Kilmar and his family for sacrificing so much, but being there to fight hard and showing us what bravery is. And all of us here, I want to thank everybody for being here. We will continue to fight. You will see so much more happening in Baltimore City. It is not over, but we will continue to fight together. Thank you.
All right.